Good morning, everyone. So let me bring this down here. I'm just going to show you what I do when I come into the morning and how I update all my lines. So this is the daily chart here. We've got the prior day high from yesterday up here. The prior pre-market high from yesterday was down here, and you can see we pushed up through it. Prior day low and prior day pre-market low from yesterday were bundled down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to see what this number is. The high is 30264.25, and I'm going to move this one. And put that one in place, and now I have my pre-market high. I'm going to come, this one's probably going to default to the prior, oh, I did do pre-market, okay, cool. So we're going to do, the low is 29924, that's pretty easy. 29924. Now we got the pre-market low. Prior day low is going to be 29263. Whoops. 29263. And then go fit. And then the prior day high is 30158.75. 30158.75. And what I do these for, the reason I put these in here is for targets. When I'm in a trade, I'm looking for prior day low, prior day high, pre-market low, pre-market high to be resistance or support zones when we get there. There's other zones I look at as well, but these are the first four that I put in. One other thing I use is I do use TradingView as well. What I had previously was NinjaTrader, but I also have a screen for TradingView, and you can see I draw some other things out on here with everything. It's a little bit cleaner, and I like to keep my charts somewhat cleaner, so I don't trade off of TradingView, I trade off NinjaTrader, but I try to track everything here. So we just have market open, but what I want to point out here is this upside target. I got another, the high up here, I got a downside target down here, and we hit almost exactly on that upside target that I had put in. And I put this in yesterday because we had made a 4-hour gap down on the 4-hour. Let me drop to that. And you can see right here from this candle to this candle, we had like a gap through there, or a fair value gap. And I put my target right in the middle of that, and look, we just hit it. I mean, I think what was this actual line? 30261.25, and the high of this candle was 30264.25. So, right there. So, I'm still looking for the daily downside target to get hit. If we turn around and go lower, it just depends on what the market decides to do. That's why I have an upside target and a downside target when I look at taking trades. Now obviously I'm not trying to capture that whole trade, that's just once that target's hit I gotta readjust and do something else. Okay, I just wanted to throw this in here real quick too. So we've got opening range high up here, opening range low is down here. We're right at pre-market low right now. It's 9:41, so we've still got a few minutes before we close. On the orb, we got this massive green candle because of data earlier this morning at about 8:30. And so we're just waiting to see what happens. And so like I said, I've got these things drawn out over here. I want to bring you over to TradingView. I have a 1-hour gap right here, FVG gap, that I drew off of this big move up from yesterday. So this big move up from yesterday left us gap through here. I have a downside target here. We've already blown through the pre-market. This is going to be my downside target for what looks like it's going to hit. Again, I'm not going to target that because that's outside of my discipline trade of what I'm trying to do. But once I find an entry, I'm going to try to take this trade somewhere. Unless, because when this happens, we're also going to have another gap through here. So I'm going to have to take a look and see what happens when the next candle goes. But this is obviously the next 1-hour candle won't start until 10 o'clock. So my trade may be done before that, depending on what happens after the orb. Well, that didn't work because we've already blown through that downside target on this opening range candle. With this range candle and this range candle being the close of yesterday and the open of today, this is just such a huge range. Today may be a no trade day for me. All right, so I drew in a shelf here, I drew in a shelf here. The orb range is massive. Like I said, we had that huge candle that basically overtook the candle from yesterday. So this is a very bearish sign to unwipe all these bullish candles, like this candle plus all this overnight price movement. We wiped it all out. What I don't like is the range, because now we can chop around inside of this range anywhere. And if you follow legs, we got one leg. We pull back 2 legs. Not only so we pull back 3 legs. And then we pull back. And then we even made a 4th leg. So to me, we're overextended. Or if you only count a green candle as a pullback, we got leg 1 here with the pullback, leg 2 way down here with the pullback, and then this is leg 3. So either way, we're overextended on the move, and I just don't want to trade this today. It's just too much risk for that. I'll come back tomorrow or next week and trade. So I'm going to call it a day and go take the kids to the park. So if you did trade, hopefully you were safe, and if not, I will see you tomorrow.